I trusted my wife until one message destroyed everything. My name is Ethan. I'm 30 years old, and for 4 years, I believed I had the happiest marriage anyone could ask for. My wife, Emma, wasn't just beautiful, she was my best friend. We met in college, fell in love, and built our lives together from nothing. Every morning, we'd drink coffee together before work. Every weekend, we'd watch movies on the couch. I truly believed nothing could ever come between us. Then, everything changed. It started with small things. Emma suddenly became protective of her phone. If I entered the room, she'd turn the screen off. She started working late more often. At dinner, she seemed distracted. When I asked if something was wrong, she'd smile and say, "I'm just tired." I wanted to believe her. One rainy Friday night, she fell asleep on the sofa while watching TV. Her phone buzzed on the table. I wasn't trying to spy ... but the message lit up the screen. "I miss you already. Tonight was perfect, Ryan." My heart froze. I sat there staring at the screen, hoping it was some kind of joke. It wasn't. The phone unlocked with Face ID because she was asleep beside me. What I found destroyed me. Hundreds of messages, photos, videos, plans for weekends she told me were work trips. She had been seeing another man for almost 8 months. I couldn't breathe. I quietly put the phone back exactly where it had been. That night, I didn't sleep. The next morning, she smiled, kissed my forehead, and said, "Love you." Those words felt like knives. Instead of confronting her immediately, I decided to find out everything. Over the next week, I noticed patterns. Every Wednesday, she'd leave the office early. Every Saturday afternoon, she'd tell me she was visiting her mother. She wasn't. One Saturday, I followed her. She drove to a small cafe. A man stood up as soon as she arrived. They hugged, not like friends, like lovers. Then they walked hand in hand. I felt my world collapse. I wanted to scream. Instead, I stayed hidden. I watched them laugh together for almost 2 hours. When she finally came home that evening, she hugged me and asked how my day had been. I looked into her eyes and realized ... I didn't know this woman anymore. For 2 more days, I gathered evidence, screenshots, photos, receipts. Then I invited both our families to dinner. Emma had no idea why. When everyone was seated, she smiled and asked, "What's the surprise?" I connected my laptop to the TV. The first photo appeared, then another, then the messages. The room went silent. Emma's face turned white. Her parents couldn't believe what they were seeing. She started crying. She begged me to stop, but I had spent months living inside a lie. Now the truth belonged to everyone. She admitted the affair. She said she was confused. She said it didn't mean anything. I asked one question. If it meant nothing, why did you risk everything we built? She had no answer. That night, she packed a suitcase and left. The divorce was finalized a few months later. The hardest part wasn't losing my wife. It was losing the future I thought we would have. 4 months. I blamed myself. Maybe I wasn't successful enough. Maybe I didn't spend enough time with her. Maybe I wasn't enough. Then my therapist told me something I'll never forget. Someone else's betrayal is not proof that you were unworthy. Those words changed my life. I focused on myself. I started exercising. I traveled. I reconnected with old friends. Slowly, the pain became smaller. 2 years later, I met someone named Sarah. Before our first date, I told her everything. I expected her to run away. Instead, she smiled and said, "I'm not here to fix your past. I'm here to build a future with you." Today, we're happily married. Do I still remember Emma? Yes, but not with anger, with gratitude. Because sometimes the person who breaks your heart also pushes you toward the life you were always meant to have. If you've ever been betrayed, remember this. Never beg someone to stay who is willing to lose you. The right person will never make you question your worth.